Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is the next iteration of Call of Duty, and this game hopefully will change the way Call of Duty is treated and looked at these days, because Call of Duty, let's just say, in the past 5 years or so, ever since Modern Warfare 2019, or just Modern Warfare, the names haven't really, in the past few years, or past 5 years, I'll say, the names for Call of Duty, well, let's just say, have gotten really confusing. Now, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, that wasn't confusing, and Call of Duty Vanguard, they weren't too confusing, but we've had another version of, or two versions, of previous games that were made 10 years prior. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which was released in 2022, and Modern Warfare 3, which was released in 2023. Now, obviously, both of them are equally hated, and for the right and maybe wrong reasons. Modern Warfare 2 is hated because it just lacks that oomph to it. A lot of people just got bored of it very quickly. Obviously, with every Call of Duty these days, it seems, they just put old maps back in and try to be like, oh yeah, guys, you'll play this game. We put a map that was really good back in the day in this game, and hopefully you like it. Some people do, some people don't. Skill-based matchmaking has been one of them that has caused problems to Call of Duty. It's damaged the reputation of Call of Duty. I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, well, a lot of people have probably left. What is skill-based matchmaking? Let me just run it down quickly if you don't actually know. It's essentially, it will put you, it's like based on skill, so it tracks pretty much everything you KD. I think it tracks anything you do in a game, and it will put you in a lobby based on how you play and everything like that. Now, I'm not 100% sure how it tracks you and stuff like that. They put a pattern in, I think it was the end of Black Ops 4, and this is where a lot of people picked it up, and they started, pro players started coming out and talking about it and be like, skill-based matchmaking, we don't like how this is going. Now, matchmaking these days is forced. It's literally, in the old days, well, I'll say old days, it was like 10 years ago, it would take you, less than 10 seconds sometimes. I'm going to say less than 30 seconds to find a match. The average match experience now within Call of Duty is probably about a minute. It could take up to a minute just to find a match. It's crazy. Now, I hope skill-based matchmaking, apparently Treyarch wants to get rid of skill-based matchmaking or tone it down a little bit. To be honest, I think you should just get rid of it. The only thing that skill-based matchmaking should be in is ranked playlists. Playlists that you actually play against people that are in your same skill bracket, type of thing. You shouldn't be really sweating your ass off in a normal multiplayer match. I don't know why we added skill-based matchmaking. Call of Duty has had years and years. Why didn't you guys add this 10 years ago with Modern Warfare 2 or in Black Ops 2? Why didn't you add that? People didn't have a problem back then. Yeah, there were Christmas noobs. There were people who came on and bought the game at Christmas and got shat on, and people didn't really have a problem with that. No one had a problem with that. Yeah, people got angry and said, this and this, but nobody had such a problem with it. So I hope the next Call of Duty isn't so harsh when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, because I think Modern Warfare 3 is crazy. It seems a little bit toned down compared to Modern Warfare 2, but still, it's wild as hell. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of just trying to sweat my ass off just playing a casual game. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy a game, but because of skill-based matchmaking, you feel like you just can't be bothered doing that. So I really hope Black Ops 6 actually sorts that out. Now, Black Ops 6 looks like it's releasing quite early. It says here that its official release is the 25th of October, which I think is almost a month before any previous Call of Duty. Well, before Modern Warfare 3 2023 launched. Now, the beta, I think, will go live in August, I think, and then last till, towards the end of August and last till the beginning of September, like the 8th. So I think it starts like the 24th of August or something like that. Now, it'll be given to people on Game Pass. Now, they're doing something cool this time, and I'm kind of glad. Obviously, previous betas for Call of Duty have had the option. Well, the only option you had was to buy a PlayStation if you wanted to play it early. And that kind of destroyed a lot of people because, well, anybody who was on any other platform, whether that was Xbox or PC, you kind of had to wait, you know? And it forced people to either go out and buy a PlayStation or just wait. And your time in the beta was cut dramatically. The PlayStation got like an extra 2 weeks on top of you, you know? And it kind of felt like you were playing against people like, what the fuck? I'm playing against people that are just high ranked, you know? Obviously back then, cross-platform didn't exist, so you weren't really playing against people like that. But ever since they had it introduced cross-platform, you kind of, when you're playing against PlayStation users, you're playing against people with really high ranks and stuff like that, and unlocked almost every weapon. Now, obviously, Microsoft, it looks like, have stopped that. They've decided to say, you know what, fuck that. We do not want it to be on one platform. Now, I'm presuming this might actually help more people pre-order it. Now, obviously, you still have to pre-order the game. There'll be an open beta, of course, but the early access beta will still be available for everyone to claim and play, which is cool. I like that. I have no problem against that. I think that's a good thing, allowing everybody to actually play that. You know, it gives people the option. It gives people more of a chance to enjoy the newer Call of Duty. You know, and I'm glad that's a very good thing. And I think it's releasing a month earlier than it should be, which is another good thing. I'm glad again. Now, Black Ops 6 will have a lot of features that haven't really been in previous, like Omni movement, which is 3D movement and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people are worried of, you know, is this going to be the game to bring back Call of Duty? Now, the past Call of Duties have, well, really not pleased. Modern Warfare 3 looked like it was hashed together to make a quick buck. Well, no, it was hashed together to make a quick buck. The Zombies mode in Modern Warfare 3 is just a Warzone map with zombies. I shit you not. That's all it is. And guess what? It's not free. Yes, you're playing on a free map. You're playing on Warzone. But it's not free. I presume they did that because, well, if they gave it free, then I don't think anyone who actually wanted to play the zombies would go out and buy Modern Warfare 3. And I do feel stupid for buying Modern Warfare 3, to be honest with you. Because I haven't played it since. In fact, I think it's the lowest rank I've been in a Call of Duty. I'm like rank 57 or something, 60. You know, I haven't really touched the game. I just can't be bothered with it. The only real game mode I play, I used to play zombies quite a fair bit, and it's just boring. It gets boring very quickly. Now, the next Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will feature zombies. Now, this is a good thing. It will feature round-based zombies, which I'm happy about. And, well, I hope it is good. It will feature two maps. Terminus and Liberty Falls. Now, I don't really know which is which, but I think one of them apparently is going to be like a previous map from Black Ops 2, like Transit, which is where a bus goes around a map, from what I've heard. And there's going to be another one that is like a really wet nighttime map on like some island from what I saw on the trailer when they showed it. Now, these maps will be, well, round-based maps, which is a good thing. We haven't had a real round-based zombies in, since Black Ops 4. Actually, no, since Cold War, sorry. And to be honest, a lot of people had their sort of curiosities and problems with that game as well. But we haven't had a proper round-based zombies. I'm not including Vanguard because you couldn't really pause the game and stuff like that, and still people had problems with it, and it just wasn't the real zombies experience a lot of people had been used to. It just felt like they tried to put it together to try and please some fan bases because they didn't really have a game mode to add to that. Same with Modern Warfare 3. Let's add this game mode because hopefully it'll make people happy, but in turn it actually just pissed them off even more, and they didn't really like it. You know, this is the type of stuff these developers seem to do. They seem to add things to try and make people happy, but in reality, all they do is just annoy them. And the same thing happened with Vanguard Zombies. You know, I like zombies. It's one of my favorite game modes in Call of Duty history. You know, that's a fact, you know, that a lot of people do like zombies. And this game mode grew. To say this game mode grew because it was just a little fun project at Treyarch. And it's come up and it's built its empire up and up and up and up from Black Ops. You know, from Black Ops 1 with being the real, like, true Call of Duty zombies. Obviously, World at War is where it started. But Black Ops accelerated that. Black Ops 1, 2 accelerated zombies to where it is now. And obviously, well, it's nowhere at the moment. So I hope Black Ops 6 will revive zombies and bring the community back. Because, well, I don't really know the future of zombies if this doesn't really do anything. I like zombies. I'm a big fan of zombies. And I want to see good from zombies. You know, it's a game mode that I think a lot of people love because of how it is. You can play with your friends. You can just play with randoms. You know, you can do the Easter egg is a lot of the fun part as well with why people like zombies. You know, now I don't know if there's going to be an open world zombies. I know in Cold War there was a open world zombies. It was called Outbreak. It essentially was, well, like a big open map or an area of a map. You'd complete tasks and then you'll be able to spawn into another area and you keep completing tasks like that, earning you points and stuff. However, I don't know if that's going to be added into Black Ops 6. That's yet to be unknown. Now, there's a lot of stuff that Black Ops 6 will probably introduce that hasn't really been shown or been there in other Call of Duties, and that's what I like to see. You know, I want to see Call of Duty thrive. You know, I'm sure a lot of people are excited just from the zombies alone, but I hope the multiplayer isn't just some half-assed stuff again. You know, in the past few years, again, I'd say since Modern Warfare 2019, they've just sold kind of these arsey skins. And I'm sure they're going to do the same with zombies as well. Apparently, they're bringing back Gobblegums. Now, Gobblegums are pretty controversial, to say the least. Essentially, what they are, they're a different type of perk. Now, you can get perks, the drinkable perk. These are different type of perks. They will give you an advantage in the game. So, say there is a thing called shopping free. You can buy all the doors in the map for free. There's a Gobblegum called Perkaholic, which will give you all perks for free. You know, oh, well, it depends if you actually paid. No, you can pay. You can buy something called Liquid Divinium. It is essentially, you spin this thing and it will give you a set of random. You can claim up to 3 Gobblegums, and Liquid Divinium will be used as a sort of token for them Gobblegums. Now, a lot of people weren't too happy about this. It kind of cheats the system and adds... But I didn't really have a problem with it. It added a twist to zombies for me. I know a lot of people had their controversies and, you know, thought it wasn't good. They thought, you know, adding Gobblegums to this isn't exactly the smartest idea. A lot of people just won't get the real zombies experience. But, you know, it looks like they're bringing it back. Looks like they don't really have a problem with it. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how people react to it. Is it going to be pay to win like in Black Ops 3? It was kind of pay to win in a way. You weren't really forced to use them. It was some people got a bit over the top, but it would give you would have, I think, one Gobblegum free every round, and if you wanted to purchase more than one every round, you'd have to pay 1,500 points, which makes no sense because all you do is just wait every round to claim one. But I don't really know why they introduced that. No clue. However, Zombies, in my opinion, hopefully it's good, hopefully it's well, everything like that. Back to the multiplayer side of things. Well, no, actually the story. I haven't spoke about the story yet. Now, this story looks like it's going to be taking place in sort of the Gulf War type of thing, type of era. So I think like the 90s to the early 2000s. Now, apparently two of the main characters, I think Mason and Hudson are dead. I don't know about Woods. I don't know if they're... Now, I don't know where in the storyline this actually falls. I think it falls after Black Ops 2. Now, there are apparently a sequel coming in 2025 to Black Ops 2. Is this how we're releasing it now? Are we doing a 2-year cycle? Is it so it's Treyarch and then Treyarch and then it's going to be Infinity Ward and Infinity Ward again? Because I don't know what Sledgehammer is doing. They seem to be all over the place. I know they had a problem with Modern Warfare World War II back in 2017, was it? And they just stopped development on Call of Duties. But I don't know what the development cycle is going to be like. But the campaign, they've done a lot of marketing. It looks like they've gone pretty old school with the marketing, which I like. I remember this is how they used to market Call of Duties back in the day. Sort of nitty-gritty and truthful. Well, obviously the slogan is "The truth lies," I think. However, it's sort of a very good marketing strategy, bringing that sort of thing back. And I'm glad that's what they're doing. This is what I want to see out of the future of Call of Duty. I want to see shit like that. I don't want to see some half-assed campaign like there was in Modern Warfare 3, It just felt like that campaign, they completely ran out of ideas. Now, apparently the game was made in less than a year, just over a year, and the developers were rushed off their feet and they were crunched to hell, which doesn't really surprise me because, no offense to the developers, some of the aspects in the game really show like they haven't really had a touch-up. And obviously Sledgehammer know this. They're trying to fix the problems, but again, they're overseen by Infinity Ward, so a lot of the things they can do are very limited. But yeah, hopefully the campaign in Black Ops 6 actually shows a bit more, and it's not just some half-assed thing that they're like, oh, you know what, we're gonna kill off the main character again, and then bring him back. That's the funny thing. They killed off the main character in the campaign, and they brought them back twice. There's another character they killed off. They brought him back, both of them. Someone called Ivan and Soap. Everyone knows Soap. He's a very notable character in the Call of Duty franchise. However, it's kind of ironic how they killed off a character and then just brought him back in multiplayer a few, 2 or 3 months later or something like that. It's just quite funny, to be honest. I don't get why you would do that. Maybe you're running out of money. I don't know anymore. So hopefully this game is really showing its true colours and not some bad game like Vanguard or Modern Warfare 3. Now, they fixed a fair amount of stuff in Modern Warfare 3, but I think a lot of players have just kind of moved past and they're just waiting on a Call of Duty to actually catch their eyes now. It seems like Activision are just not bothered anymore. They just let's release summer, let's try and make as much money, and then just keep doing the same thing until the formula dies out. And I'm surprised, again, Call of Duty, I think, is one of the longest running games out there. They've never missed a year. They've always released every single year. They've never missed a year. and that's kind of what their proud sort of motto is. They've released every year with problems, some games, yes, but I'm kind of surprised. They haven't given up and gone to... I know with Modern Warfare 2, they wanted to do a 2-year cycle, schedule, so it would be they'd release a game, then a year later, they would release a DLC sort of download that would be sort of an add-on to the game, but to have new content from the next Call of Duty. It's like a Call of Duty within a Call of Duty sort of thing they wanted to do. Which kind of got, a fair bit of praise, but they scrapped it within about, 2 months or so. 2 months after they announced it, they scrapped it completely. Which isn't really surprising. They would probably lose a lot of money on that. Releasing new Call of Duties every year seemed to be what's keeping them financially afloat and keeping them everything. Now, there is a Call of Duty Next event that is coming out. I don't know exactly when. I think it's before the beta drops. It is essentially sort of event. This event started with Modern Warfare 2, and I kind of like it. It's a cool event. It's sort of pretty much they get a bunch of live streamers together, top live streamers. Now I don't know who will be there, but they get a bunch of top live streamers together. They all have like a huge LAN set up. There's PCs all over, and they will essentially get to play the game early. And obviously a very select few maps and a very select few guns and stuff they'll be allowed to use. However, they'll be allowed to show off the game and sort of get their content they need to do. Now, this is a good thing because you can kind of see what it's like early and get a little bit of a representation. Unfortunately, if you don't want to be spoiled, then you're going to have to kind of keep away from YouTube and stuff like that when it comes to the gameplay and stuff like that. Apparently, they will be playing, or YouTubers and streamers will be allowed to play a bit of the new Zombies. Now, I don't know how much will they be able to get past a certain round or a certain part of the map before, they're not allowed past that or what. I'm not entirely sure. Personally, I don't know if I like this. Zombies has kind of been that thing that has never really been revealed until the last second or very, very close to launch. Like, not much has been revealed about it, and I kind of like that in a way. It sort of brings a sort of mysterious vibe about it. It kind of makes you feel like, oh, what's the next Zombies going to be? So they kind of keep it hidden, sort of thing. And then when it gets closer, they start to reveal slight information about it. They did that with Cold War. They didn't really reveal much compared to, say, the multiplayer. And they've always done this. They're very sort of quiet on the multiplayer side, on the zombie side of thing, and they just, release multiplayer. But apparently that will be shown at Call of Duty Next as well, which I don't know what to really say about that, to be honest with you. Happy and maybe not, I don't know. Is it going to spoil Zombies fun, the mysterious about Zombies? I don't know. But I just really hope Call of Duty now try to get its identity back. Black Ops is probably one of the most loved and fan favorite series. Yeah, people love Modern Warfare series. It's getting a little stale now. I'm kind of feel like I'm in the era of the era of futuristic games. They released the first futuristic game in 2014 and the last Call of Duty futuristic game in 2016. And to be quite honest with you, 3 years of jetpacks really didn't do my brain well. Now, I'm not saying they're bad games. Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3, I kind of enjoy it. Infinite Warfare, I didn't really hate, to be honest. I mean, at least it came with a zombies game mode. Advanced Warfare, well, they all came with zombies, to be honest. Advanced Warfare came with exo zombies, which was a pretty cool twist, and obviously one of the most influential Call of Duties ever. especially in the zombies circle, Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 paved the way for an incredible zombies generation. It did very well. But I really would, love... I mean, we're going to get stale of games pretty quickly if they're released like that. I'm like, oh, not another Modern Warfare again. We've had... In this generation, we've had 3 Modern Warfares, 2 Modern Warfares back to back, But in this whole 5 years, we've had 3 Modern Warfares. Not really a problem. We'll be having 2 Black Opses, and I don't really have a problem with that too much. But it's just like Modern Warfare. I'm like, can we have just Infinity Ward go away for like a year or 2, and just cook up something with the Modern Warfare series? And do something about that, because it's quite clear you've completely lost the identity of the Modern Warfare series. It just, by playing the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, was enough to tell me that the Modern Warfare series was having a huge identity crisis. It didn't know where it wanted to be. So I hope if they take some time away, they go ahead and brainstorm with what they're actually doing. Hopefully they can come back with some good content, because I would love that. I'd love to see the Modern Warfare series back where it is, or where it should be. But in the past year with Modern Warfare 3 mainly, I mean, they put some new characters in Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, they were never seen again. Well, a few characters anyway. Never seen again, which is quite sad, to be honest, because I kind of like them characters. But I guess that's how they're deciding to do it now. And then kill off a character and then release them back in the Battle Pass 3 months later. Absolutely brilliant, Activision. I'm looking at Call of Duty now and I'm thinking to myself, this is their chance to bring us back. This is their chance to bring Call of Duty back where it's supposed to be. They don't have many of these chances left, because a lot of people are just getting fed up with the same thing. So, I really hope they do. I really hope they do bring us back. They bring Call of Duty back where it's supposed to be, back to the nitty-gritty. I remember I had so much fun on the older Call of Duties. Now, partly, maybe that was because I was a kid, but I genuinely did. I find myself going back to them older Call of Duties quite regularly, like old Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 1 and even World of War. I find myself going back to them quite regularly and having a lot of fun on them, to be honest, because back then, games may not have got a bunch of content, and most of the game would have been DLC, but it was still fun to play back then because you got a bunch of friends. And now it seems like even your friends are just like, well, the new Call of Duty, I don't want it because it's boring, and then you're like, oh, okay then, and you're kind of stuck and you're like, oh, I mean, I get they've added crossplay and that's a cool thing. You can play with your friends that maybe on other platforms, so it doesn't stop that now, but I don't know, man. It just seems like Call of Duty in the past 2 years at least has kind of been all over the place and just doesn't know where it's actually supposed to be. So I really hope to God they can find their footing again with Black Ops 6 and they can bring back what they actually want. They don't have to mess about anymore. I really hope Microsoft knows what they're doing with this as well and not mess about.